Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Matter of Opinion. We're streaming on multiple platforms. We hijacking Gary Lamb's channel because it's simulcasting Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, the whole 9 yards. So, good evening to everybody. Let your presence be known in the comment section. And we're going to get into this live topic with the Brick Lady, Roda Osman, aka Roda Bashe, Brick Lady, all of those names. She got so many aliases, it's ridiculous. What up, Black Sheepdog? So, Roda Bashe, for those who don't know, that's the woman that claims she got hit with a brick in the face. Let me pull this woman up. So yeah, this woman right here claims she got hit with a brick in the face because a man stepped to her, tried to get her number. She said no. So this gentleman picked up a brick and hit her in the face. Now, if you didn't see that video, here's that clip of this woman, out there saying somebody hit her in the face with a brick or whatever. Check it out.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just watch, and they don't give a f***.
What the brick is?
Yeah, this man hit me, grabbed a rock, and it hit me in my fucking face because I would have given him my number.
What part of brick
And
is?
all y'all just fucking watch.
What you
Y'all
want?
see that
What you
Y'all
want?
see that
What you want to do?
What y'all gonna do? I want y'all to be a man.
Hit my dad?
I want y'all to be a man and fucking do something. Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face? Man, all y'all niggas.
So that was the viral video that this woman posted. And from there, people came to her support, like, yo, how did a man hit her in the face? Everybody stood around, nobody did nothing. The whole 9 yards. And that video went viral. But after a while, people started questioning the validity of what this woman did. And we recently dropped a video that was breaking down the inconsistencies of, said case. Definitely check it out on the channel, Matter of Opinion. But she started dropping receipts, medical records, police reports, the whole 9 yards of what happened that night that she claimed somebody picked up a brick and hit her in the face. But the interesting thing about it was that, the internet is undefeated. The internet is undefeated. This is basically a reenactment of something that she also posted back in 2020, 3 years ago. Just so happened that video didn't go viral. So guess what? Why not try it again? And if you didn't see that video, this was the video that this woman posted.
Grew up and they mad because you trying to beat somebody. They mad because you trying to beat somebody. I'm trying to be a doctor and they mad. Look what they did to me. Look what they did to me for no reason. They gonna beat me up. I'm 30 years old. They gonna beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up. Grown ass niggas try to beat me up for no reason. Look at me. I'm not a bad person. Y'all know that. Y'all know I'm a good person. And they try to do this to me.
All right. So, Erica P., I want your perspective as a woman. And what's up, Daisy Girl Williams? When you first heard this, right? What was your take on this matter as far as like her saying a man hit her in the face with a brick for not giving up the number, the guy standing around not doing nothing? As a woman, how did you take it on face value?
I thought it was a hoax. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
What made you think it was a hoax? I'm talking about fresh off the scene when it was viral.
I thought it was a hoax. Like,
what made you think it was a hoax?
It just sounds too far-fetched to me. Like, you telling me you out in the streets and somebody hit you like, I'm sorry. I'm from the inner city. To me, that didn't make no sense. I'm like, if somebody is going to try to pick up a brick, I don't care who it is, I'm about to fight you. It's one of two things. I'm either fighting you or I'm calling the cops. There's no in between. You ain't gonna get your lick off and think I'm not going to have to do something. And no, Black Sheepdog, I am not believe all women. We did enough stories about some of these women that be straight up lying. So no, when I heard it, I just thought it was far-fetched.
Nah, I'm sorry. When I first heard it and I saw the way, like how her face looked, I was like, dang, like that's kind of crazy, that somebody would actually do something like that. I didn't just openly say I didn't believe it, but I was just like, yo, this is kind of bananas or whatever.
But you got to think about it. I kept hearing the story. I didn't see the picture. So it's a difference when you hear somebody talking about it and then you go and go look it up. I never really looked up the story. It was like, okay, you hear people talking about it at work. I'm like, that's weird. And then you start hearing other people talking about it. I'm like, it's too many people talking about it all at the same time. And I guess for me, I just assumed it would have died down. I didn't think it was going to pick up steam.
Well, this is what I will say. Now, of course, on the channel, we made a skit video that made light of the situation. That's only because as days went by, I started hearing and catching the vibe that it was a hoax because things just was not adding up. So we messed around, made a skit, and people started coming for the jugular, talking about, oh, this speaks volumes on how men perceive women in distress, yada yada, and even had a back and forth on Instagram with a young lady who was like, yo, that speaks volumes about your character and the whole nine. But at the end of the day, I was like, yo, if it walks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And lo and behold, this woman managed to rake up over 42,000. Oh, and somebody said, yo, why are you saying Roda Bashe? It's Roda Bashe. It's Roda Osman. Look, she goes by multiple different names. Either it's Roda Bashe, Roda Osman. At the end of the day, it's the Brick Lady. That's what everybody knows her by. So the article came out saying she made over $35,000 on GoFundMe. But ladies and gentlemen, it skyrocketed. That is what she's currently standing at as far as the GoFundMe. $42,000. Now, she started catching flack for this, so she had to come up with receipts. And I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue with this, you're going to see that this woman, Jessie Smollett and Carly Russell, they just need to start a nice polygamous family and keep it pushing. Because it's ridiculous how these people just freaking just fooled everybody pretty much. But with this woman, she has like staunch believers. I mean, supporters. Like, look at this one donation. $2,000 from an anonymous donator. Like, that's in one whop. 28 people just recently donated, as you see. And her goal was 25K. So that was a nice come up. That was definitely a nice come up. Now, she took to her social media and was posting receipts about the medical report, the police report, and all of this stuff. And this was one of the police reports that she had, medical report that she had put up there. But if you look closely, it says 33-year-old female with no significant past medical history presents a BTEC as a code 3 shock. SP assault tonight. Patient states that she was leaving the club this evening when an unknown man hit her with a brick in the head and tried to pull her into a car. So she went from saying this man asked for her number She said no, got hit with a brick. Dude got in his car and left. So now she's telling the medical, the emergency room, the people in the emergency room, that this gentleman tried to put her in a car after she got hit in a brick, hit with a brick. So the story is just changing left to right. But still, with that being said, people were still believing this woman. They're like, hey, look at the medical records, the police report, the whole nine. And if you want the information with the police report, the previous video that we did, all of that information is on there. Now, shout out to Celebrity D, because she initially called the police station, Houston, because this happened out in Houston, Texas. Shout out to Celebrity D, subscribe to her channel. She called up the Houston police station and asked them about the report. At that time when she called, it was about a couple days after this happened. It was a male police officer that picked up the telephone, and when she was asking him questions, he was like, no, nobody placed a police report. Sorry, nothing to see here. A week later, she calls the police department. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how the conversation went. It's going to blow your mind how this conversation went.
How can I help you?
Yes, hi. I wanted to check the status of a police report. An African-American woman said that over a week ago she was assaulted with a brick by a black man, and no one's been able to find this assailant. So I just wanted to make sure that the police report was filed because we're concerned citizens.
What's the incident number?
I don't have an incident number. I just know the name of the person. She hasn't really given us any updates. She just showed that she did go to Houston Police and filed the police report, but no one's believing that she actually did it. The woman's name is Roda Osman, Roda Osman, Osman. Date of birth July 20th, 1990.
Why did she have to be a Cancer? Why did this woman have to be a Cancer?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That give us Cancers a bad rep, man. That give us Cancers a bad rep. Let's continue.
And she's African American. The incident happened. I'm sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
That's her case. She's gonna have to call them and inquire about her case.
Okay. Is there any way that so there's no way online that we can see that a police report was filed?
She said she made a police report. She made one.
Okay. The thing about it is she might have made that police report, but she's not telling us what the assailant looks like. So how does that help empower black women who might be in the Houston area? That's what I'm saying, because the police department is not giving us any information as well. Even if she did go to you guys and file the report, how come you guys are not updating your sites on what we need to be looking for? I mean, a man assaulted a woman for saying no to her, him asking her for a number. I think we should know at least what the guy looks like so we can be on alert and help out.
I got to give this woman credit, because even though they're not willing to give her the information, she's finding different ways to get information out of her in a logical way. You feel me?
That's true.
Like, she's really like trying to get the answers. She's pulling teeth at this point, but she's doing it in such a fabulous way. It's like, dang, like, I gotta give something.
Okay.
So we're just making sure this isn't a hoax, because she keeps giving people updates but not telling us anything about the assailant. If I was attacked with a brick, I'm going to tell you he's tall with dreads, gold teeth. We have nothing but her saying she filed a police report, and that's not enough for us.
Facts.
Okay.
And this incident happened over a weekend, a couple days ago, and we still don't know nothing.
And she didn't give any information.
All she did was she did an Instagram story, which expires in 24 hours, and it just showed a piece of paper that said Houston Police Department. And she was saying that that was the police report. She covered the incident number, so it didn't really give us any details. A lot of people are terrified.
So that means she did make she made the police report.
Okay, so what I'm asking you is there anything that Houston Police can give to the public to assure us that you guys are looking for this imaginary guy? We don't know what he looks like, so what if we're in the area and he wants to attack somebody else with a brick? We don't know nothing. I've never heard of an assault where no one's given us...
I understand that. I do understand that. If she didn't give any information, how are we going to know who did it? If she's not giving the information. Understand?
Yes, ma'am. If she filed a police report, is there any way that a detective or an officer can confirm that it is an active investigation so that no one's not blowing you guys' phones up trying to figure out more information? That's what I'm saying. I just want to confirm that it is an investigation going on. She couldn't even tell us that much. Anyone can file a police report, but how does that empower the next black woman who could be a victim of this man with the brick? That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And those are some good points that she's bringing out.
Osman, Osman.
What's the first name?
Roda, Roda. She went live on TikTok September the 3rd to let everyone know that she was assaulted. So that's how long this case has been, and we know nothing. And I just want to make sure my family is safe. That's all.
You want to make sure your family is safe?
Yes, because her being a black woman saying that there's a man going around assaulting black women for not giving up their phone number, that's pretty dangerous. And in my history, anyone that's ever been assaulted, they give you a description of a person. We know nothing of what this black man looks like. We just know he's black. And that's just not enough for us when it's been almost a week and a few days. So you can say you filed the police report, but can you at least tell us what we need to be on the lookout for? So if we see this individual, we can call it in and help you. That's all.
She did a damn good job just pushing the button to get answers. Do you agree?
I do agree, but she still really didn't get any answers, though.
Let's continue.
Okay. I'm looking at the report. She has no information, so there's no way you're going to know.
So is that why you guys haven't been able to report anything to the public? Because you guys don't have enough detail?
Correct. If she don't give any information, how are we supposed to go find somebody?
That is very true, ma'am. And I'm sorry that's happening. Is there anything we can do as the public to help her? Because we're just concerned.
There's nothing you can do for her but pray for her.
But pray for her? Okay. So it is possible to file a police report but not give details on who assaulted you?
Yes, that's correct.
I didn't know that. I thought you had to have, details of what the person looks like in order for you guys to act on the incident.
You do. If you want something done, you're going to tell them.
True. That's true. Okay. So we didn't know that. She said that on her Instagram story that she provided all the details to the police department to put the black women at ease. But that wasn't enough for us because you're not telling us what we need to look for. So that makes sense why.
In a report to go find somebody.
Correct. Okay. And I'm sorry, ma'am. I know that there's other people out there who are in more serious situations. I'm just a black woman myself, and I want to make sure this black woman is protected because she says she's not getting the protection from men and police like she's supposed to. But how are you guys supposed to protect her when she's not giving you guys details?
Right.
So I'm with you, ma'am. I'm with you. You're doing a great job.
Nothing in there.
Well, ma'am, you have, I'm sorry for laughing, but you're wonderful. And the reason why I do these checks is because a lot of women do like to go viral. And they like to create a story that didn't exist. And last year, I exposed 11 African-American women who lied to get GoFundMe donations and things like that. So this woman here not only went viral on TikTok, but a page called The Shade Room posted her story, and it allowed her to garner $42,000 from people. So when we started asking for details, that's when she kind of backed off and went rogue. And if you're a real...
And guess what? I'm not going to go into details. That's the same thing. That's the same thing she did when I was asked what's going on. No.
See, and so, and me, I have 4 college degrees, 2 are in criminal justice. I said to her, if you were really assaulted, you would give us a description unless it never happened. So she blamed a whole race of black men and then told us 2 days ago that she did file a police report with you guys, giving you details. So then we asked her, what does the guy look like? Then she goes rogue again. So I knew she was lying, and I know you can't tell me everything, but I appreciate what you've told me thus far. You're a blessing. You're a blessing, ma'am. I want to say thank you. Houston Police, I know you guys care about everybody, but how can you do anything if you're not getting details, right? I just didn't know. I know in most places you have to be able to give them a detail of the assailant so they know who to look for.
You want something done, who you going to go look for if you ain't giving them no description?
Correct.
You ain't giving them nothing to work with. You don't even have a case.
That's very true, and that is why when she did show a partial piece of the police report, she had the incident covered up. All it said was assault as the title. She covered the incident number.
You already know you can't bite off everything some they say to be making up stuff. You know what?
Very true.
Let me get some attention.
There you have it. What else is there to say? Because I'm telling you, even the stories that we did that pointed out the inconsistencies, people were sitting up here defending, oh, she had her receipts posted online, not even noticing that she showed half the paperwork. Everything is redacted. So I hope this is as concrete as it gets. Erica P., your take. Would love to hear it.
I really don't have one. The reason I don't have one is because it's so hard you want to believe people. You really do. But when you find stories with inconsistency, it's hard to believe people. I'm like, you see stories every day. You do not know if they real or true. And the problem is they're so far-fetched sometimes that you want to believe them. But then on the other hand, it's like, is this something that's really going to happen? Really, truly.
I agree with you 1,000%. But it's a strong voice that no matter how much evidence is staring them dead in the face, they're still like, oh, it's a cover-up. This woman was abused by a man.
But you have to think about the ones that come to her defense, though. They come to the defense or people like that because something similar happened to them. The story resonates to them. They could see themselves in that person. And that's the hard part. When you have these stories and it pull on heartstrings, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get the blind supporters. There's always going to be one set of people that's going to be like, you know what? It doesn't matter. I believe everything that come out of our mouth or his mouth, depending on who the person is. And then you have the other side looking, going, okay, tell me the story again. Because think about it. If you're trying to catch somebody in a lie, you're going to ask them the same question 20 different times over just to see if they start tripping up.
You don't find that dangerous though? Like just blindly following? Like that's almost like a cult mentality.
It is. And that's the problem. People be on social media so often that for them, it's their sense of reality.
Okay. You could have a sense of reality, right? If you live on social media or online that much, right? Why not do the diligence of digging deep to find the information? And even when new evidence is presented to you, why not dig deep to see if that evidence is corroborated in any sorts? Because if it's clear as day that this evidence is saying, hey, that's not what happened, something gotta be wrong with me if I'm just gonna be like, no, that's not true. I'm sticking to my guns. Like, I can't process that.
But
Like, I really can't process it.
But think about it, that's how you process things. Other people don't even read the full story. they'll abbreviate it. They'll look at a 15-second clip, and that's all that it takes for them to have their own version of the story in their head. Do you know how many times we make something and our words are misconstrued because people don't go back and look at the full video? They take that one clip and it's like, oh, she's bad mouthing this person or he's bad mouthing this person, not realizing it was the way that the question was answered. They do that every day. Think
Jacob
about,
Castro's in the building. Go ahead.
I'm like that's where, unfortunately, it happens all day, every day. That's how people come up with stereotypes and stigmas. That's how. Think about it. If you're not listening, actively listening, you're never gonna get the full story.
Yeah, it's one thing to not actively listen, right? But it's another thing to have full-on debates with people, and they're literally dropping gems, and you just choose to ignore it. Like I wholeheartedly get that part. But if I'm in a conversation with somebody and the person is just dropping fact after fact after fact, and I still decide to go with my delusion, that is a problem.
But for
That is
them,
a
it's.
serious problem.
But think about what you consider the delusion. That's most likely made up based off of their belief. So
But
for them, that
how
is
can
a sense of reality for them.
I hear you? But if I'm telling you the sky is blue, you look up and it's blue, and you like, yo, nah, the sky is red or purple or orange or whatever. I'm sorry, that's a warped reality.
Maybe I'm colorblind. Maybe what looks blue to me is a shade of red or a shade of purple. It might be
Hey,
something with the way my eyes are shaped.
maybe so, but hey, you heard it straight from the horse's mouth. Now, here's my question to you. Granted, with the information that we have, do you think that this woman should be facing charges, being the fact that it seems like this is a hoax and she scammed people out of 42K?
If it is a hoax, I do. And the reason for that is it's like those are resources that could have went to someone else. Think about it. She got a police report done. That meant you falsified a report. So to me,
Yep.
that's wrong. Two, if you went to the hospital and these were not real injuries, that was a waste of medical staff that could have dealt with a different kind of emergency. So, yeah, if all of these things lined up and it is not true, to me, it is a problem. And you need to be held accountable for your actions. And you telling me you did it 42, like, it'll be different if you be like, hey, this was a skit, and you said it early enough, you'd be like, okay, fine, it was a skit. But then on the flip side, it's like you have people that lose their GoFundMe's for worse. So, no, I don't feel like you should be benefiting for something that's not true.
Look, I gotta say this, man. At least she knew what she was doing, because she attempted to cover her tracks like crazy. We're going with the medical report, going to fill the police report, the whole nine, like basically covered her tracks, so to speak. But me personally, I feel she should face some charges, because Carly Russell basically is facing charges just for calling 911 and giving false information. She didn't file a police report or anything. She literally called 911 and gave false information. So if you can call 911 and give false information, and now you're giving a whole police report with false information, I feel that that's worse, going to actually fill the police report out, than calling 911, with false information. But that's just my opinion on that. You seem like you researching something. What you researching over there?
I was trying to see what Texas law was for falsifying reports, because think about it. When we did the story on Miss Russell, there were, the state law was
Yeah.
limited. So that's what I was trying to see if there was a law in place.
No,
In
I
Texas.
get even though it's limited, they definitely found something to make it stick. But look, man, the plan wasn't to hold a long live like that or whatever. It was just to basically show that it's just too many inconsistencies in this woman's story. And it would be disingenuous not to provide this information because people got scammed for a 42K. And Marvin Richardson, to answer your question, the Brick Lady is a woman by the name of Roda Osman, who said that a man hit her in the face with a brick just for the simple fact she didn't give him her number. And as of right now, it's appearing to be a hoax. She made 42K off a GoFundMe. She she has a police report, medical records, but with the police report, she didn't give a description. Her story changed several times from saying the guy hit her in the face with a brick for not giving a number to an unknown person hit me with a brick and tried to get me in a car as if they're trying to kidnap her or ex trafficking, so to speak. So it's just so many inconsistencies. So people who want to believe this woman, more power to you. At the end of the day, you're going to believe what you want to believe. But if you leave it up to me with all these inconsistencies, I'm sorry. This was a hoax. She scammed people and she got a nice come up with it. And hopefully these people could get their money back. She could get sued or something. And she suffers consequences for falsifying a police report. Erica P., your final thoughts.
So I did find out what the Texas code is for that. It is a Class B misdemeanor offense. You can get up to 180 days in jail and a fine up to $2,000 if it does come out that the police report was falsified.
And to answer your question, Marvin Richardson, she never gave a description of this guy. The people around when she showed up saying, "Oh, this guy hit me with a brick," the people that were standing around was like, "What guy? What brick? Do you want us to call the cops?" In other words, this was an imaginary person. That's the way it seems. But she's claiming up and down that a man hit her with a brick in the face for not giving him her number. So I don't understand how you could get hit with a brick, and when it comes to the police, you don't give no description, no nothing. She pulled out her phone actually after she got hit with the quote unquote brick and was recording it saying, "Hey, this guy hit me with a brick," and everybody let her drive away, whatever the case may be. I always said to myself, if the guy hit you with a brick and you pulled out your phone to record yourself saying you got hit with a brick, you're not lethargic, you're not holding onto your cheek or anything, and you don't snap a picture of the assailant, you don't snap a license plate, the car, nothing, you don't take no picture of this. And the thing that got me was she chronicalized recording on her phone at the scene. She recorded her being in the emergency room, but she did not record being at the police station. You chronicalized everything else with your phone, but you didn't when you went to the police station. And I don't want to hear, "Oh, they wouldn't let me record." You got guys that are being assaulted by police and they have holding on to their phone for dear life to record the police, beating them. So don't tell me you went in the police station and they're like, nah, you can't record this. Nope. Sorry, not buying it. Not buying it. But any final thoughts, Erica P, before we wrap this up?
Nope, not at all. I do
Or-
want to thank people for tuning
Wait.
in to the episode though.
Did you want to go into the one more story, or we'll save that for a standalone video?
We can say that for a standalone video.
I bet it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere on a Friday night, but you guys and gals was here with us. Hopefully, after seeing this video, you get to make an informed decision on if you want to believe this hoax or not. And Black Sheepdog, I could definitely believe a lady was up in arms about the hoax. A lot of women were definitely up in arms about the hoax. Like, whew, on TikTok, man, people was coming for me. Instagram, people was coming for me. I didn't get the heat on Facebook, but Instagram and TikTok, yeah, people was coming for me. So hopefully this helped you make a sound decision, have a better understanding on what's going on with the Brick Lady, Brickgate, um, Roda Osman, Roda Bashe, whatever you want to call this woman. Hey, now you have a good 360-degree view on what's going on. Well, with that being said, thanks for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Share it amongst your friends. If you want to follow us on our other social media platforms, the links are in the description. If it's the first time here, we appreciate you. Those who've been with us from day one, we definitely appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to those on Gary Lamb Network that's tuned in. Shout out to everybody on Twitter. With that being said, I'm your boy, Walls P.
I'm your girl, Erica.
This is Matter of Opinion, and we will catch you guys hopefully tomorrow night for our 10 p.m. live with Gary Lamb. Hopefully we see you guys there. On that note, peace.
It's a matter of opinion.